Okay, I know y'all just read the title of this video and must be fuming. Like, what do you mean Carson let himself get cancelled? He literally got bullied off the internet for months by an angry Twitter mob. And look, I know this might seem ludicrous to most people, but even so, just listen what I'm trying to say with this video before you dislike, because I wholeheartedly believe Carson let himself get cancelled and could have easily prevented it from happening. Who knows, maybe I can even change some people's minds with this. But before we get into all that, the usual stuff, give this channel a sub if you haven't already, and follow me on Twitter at @realmaterwelon if you're interested in watching me engage in some spicy drama over there. And just drop a like in this video if you enjoy. So CallMeCarson is a name that featured a lot in various headlines during the past 1.5 years, ever since the Caterino drama essentially, and he recently returned to streaming on Twitch after an about 8 months long hiatus. Now, in case you somehow totally missed what actually happened to Carson over the past year, I'll quickly fill you in. Right at the start of 2021, I think it might have been January 5th, CallMeCarson faced massive allegations of abusing his power, and some people have even been calling him a child enthusiast, if you know what I'm saying, because he dated a fan, or attempted to date a fan who was only 17 years old at the time. I even uploaded a video myself about the Carson drama when it first happened. Don't watch that, by the way, you'll probably lose your hearing sense entirely after listening to my microphone quality back then. So after the accusations dropped, Carson just flat out abandoned his entire community by quitting the internet for multiple months. From January till I believe August, he literally went all black, except for a couple of tweets that he also quickly deleted a few minutes after he posted them. So even though he disappeared completely, he recently announced his return and started streaming regularly again, claiming that he had moved on from the situation. Now look, Carson does of course have a lot of critics, well, criticizing him for his actions during this year and his inappropriate conversations with fans, all cause he in their eyes abused his power or something. And I definitely understand the sentiment that Carson could have handled the situation better, but I don't agree with it in the way most people think. No, I believe Carson didn't even need to abandon his community and ditch the internet in the first place. The actual reason Carson's reputation is now internally damaged is exactly cause he left YouTube. Had he stayed, he could have walked away from this just fine. Listen, if we look at this from a logical perspective, and I've always been saying this by the way, CallMeCarson is not your typical attractive 19-year-old dude. He's socially awkward, not exactly physically appealing, and quite shy. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, but with a person with these characteristics, it's obvious that they won't be as experienced as most others at 19. Like, he's just some random dude on the internet who probably never had a real dating life before, so when he saw his chance with this 17-year-old fan, he took what he could get, and he sounded extremely awkward and creepy in these DMs cause he's just some insecure, inexperienced guy. I don't think it's entirely his fault. Sure, he knew that it was wrong and he admitted it himself, but in the end he screwed himself over the most by his handling of the situation once these DMs actually got leaked. I definitely believe that if CallMeCarson really just grew a pair and stood up for himself by releasing a clear response defending or acknowledging his actions, he would have honestly been completely fine. But now he essentially lost 8 months worth of YouTube views and revenue, plus he lost a significant portion of his fans. He could have very well defended this. Think about it, the high school you went to, for example. If you're honestly telling me there wasn't a single relationship with a 2 or more year age gap in your high school, you're straight up lying, bro. Or sis. Like, you see that shit all the time. And that's in high school where age matters way more than when you get like 30 or 40. So essentially what I'm saying is that a 2-year age gap at most ages is extremely common, and he should have never been cancelled for this in the first place. These hardcore Twitter idiots probably haven't had one meaningful relationship in their life, so they believe he's a pedo and should be jailed. But the rest of us, the normal ones, we can all acknowledge that a 2-year age gap is not worth being cancelled over. Never mind getting called a pedophile. So he very well should have and could have defended himself. Furthermore, even if you say, okay, it's Carson, he can't defend himself, he's too shy, insecure, unstable, whatever, even then he still could have walked away from this controversy just fine. All he essentially needed to do is acknowledge the existence of the allegations. He didn't need to admit to everything, he didn't need to vanish, he didn't even need to defend himself, he just needed to address the allegations in maybe a short video or tweet on one of his social media platforms, and he would have been fine. He had such a strong fan base of millions of loyal subs. He would have easily outmatched the people on Twitter calling him a pedo. Plus, if you think back to last year to the start of the pandemic, Carson actually had become a victim himself in a massive drama. His then girlfriend cheated on him with his best friend Fitz, meaning most people would have a positive bias supporting him going into an addressing allegations video, cause they feel bad for him and his previous controversy. But now he has waited way too long to return and for this to blow over, that he frankly lost the majority of his fans. His friends now mistrust him, his relevancy faded faster than Fuzi's, and all you need to do is take a look at his social media stats over on Social Blade and you'll see he not only lost over 150,000 followers, but his views have also steadily been declining ever since returning last month or so. Overall, he is in complete recession and has entirely mismanaged this huge controversy. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that he will only continue to further fall off. If only he wouldn't have abandoned his community and left them entirely in the dark about what's actually going on with him, he could have literally walked away from this without a scratch. And I will absolutely stand by that opinion. But if your opinion differs from mine and you want to share your thoughts, write a comment down below. I love reading through them. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. Sub to the channel, and yeah, that's the end of the upload. I'll hopefully see you around. Stay safe and wash your hands.